In The Richest Man in Babylon, George Clason writes, "The wealth, like a tree, grows from a tiny seed. The first dollar you save is the seed from which your tree of wealth shall grow. The sooner you plant that seed, the sooner shall the tree grow. And the more faithfully you nourish and water that tree with consistent savings, the sooner may you bask in contentment beneath its shade." See, wealth is a long-term aspect. If you think about a tree, when you plant a tree, you're not going to plant a tree and have it grow all the way up in 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. It is going to take time for that tree to reach to reach its height, to become full grown. And the biggest thing, one important aspect from a tree, that I got this from Tori Shumpert, a good friend of mine. He said a tree not only grows up in towards the sky, but it grows down into the ground at the same time. So as it is growing taller and developing branches and developing leaves, it is also growing stronger by developing and becoming part of the earth, which nourishes it. So as long as you continue to water, so if that tree actually gets stronger, the longer it grows. If there's a storm that comes and it has strong roots, that tree is going to be strong enough to withstand the veracity of whatever the winds, as the winds blow and the rains and all that stuff happens. It's the same way when you invest. If you've been investing, if you've held an investment for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years, whenever there's a storm that comes, like recently with volatility in the market, your portfolio might go down, but because you've developed a long-term approach, you've built up a long runway, if you will. So your money won't go all the way down to zero, and you will continue to have that positive long-term effect of investing for the long period. Now, just like a tree takes years and years and years to grow to its full potential, it'll be the same way with you as you invest. If you are a younger person, you have so much benefit with time being on your side. My daughters, because I started investing for them early, they have the greatest benefit of time on their side. With time, it doesn't take a lot of dollars, because it's the dollars and the time have an effect that the longer you have, the more your money can compound and the greater wealth you can build at an earlier age. That's why I said the earlier you start and the more you nourish it with consistency is the key. You have to consistently invest. If you have a job that pays you once a month or every 2 weeks, if you use a portion of that to invest, to buy assets, to grow your wealth, then you are watering that wealth tree, and then over time it will continue to grow into fruition. If you plant an apple tree in the ground, or apple seed, it may take 6 to 10 years before that apple tree begins to produce fruit. Now, you can try and rush it and get upset because it doesn't give you fruit in 2 years, but that's the process. It takes you gotta go through the process. So wealth, like a tree, begins from a tiny seed. If you have $5, you have $10, you have to invest. You have to do it consistently. So think 20 years from now. Don't think about today. Think 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years from now. Think about your future. Because if you plant your seeds and you plant it in good, fertile soil, meaning you're buying good, high quality assets, and you allow them to grow, then your wealth tree can develop over time. And the more consistent you are, the better it will be for you in the long run. So look for investing long term, all right? And build that wealth tree and just let it grow so you can really bask in contentment beneath the shade. All right? Talk to you soon. Build that wealth tree. All right.